And a new study on women's health care ranks all 50 states from best to worst, with Alabama falling low in many of the rankings. Researchers say the state ranks 48 for not having sufficient maternal health care workers. The state also ranked 39th for having the highest maternal mortality rate. In the study, Alabama was also listed as having a high uninsured rate, and this is concerning because syphilis cases are increasing among women in our state. The CDC and other healthcare agencies suggest getting more routine syphilis screenings.
The key in any healthcare system in any state is advocating for yourself. So making sure that you get the health insurance, first of all, that you're entitled to, and making sure that you get the health care that insurance allows you to access when you need it. So speaking up for yourself.
A good reminder there. On a brighter note, researchers say the state does well on screening women for cervical and colon cancer.
Fox 10 Media Days Craze is sponsored by Rouse's Markets.
Well, a lot of eyes on the Auburn Tigers at SEC Media Days as head coach Hugh Freeze took to the podium for the final day of SEC Media Days right there in Dallas. Year one of the Hugh Freeze era saw the Auburn Tigers finish with 3 straight losses on their way to a 6-7 season. In year two, the Tigers say it's all about bringing the Tigers back to prominence. To do it, they'll rely heavily on quarterback Peyton Thorne, and they've spent the offseason upgrading the receiver room. Not only do they have some transfers coming in, but they also have what's known as the Freeze Four. That's a talented group of 4- and 5-star freshman receivers. That includes Foley's Perry Thompson and Bryce Kane from Baker. Kane enrolled early and went through the spring with the Tigers, while Thompson got to the Plains in the summer, and already they're turning heads ahead of this season.
Well, both of them can run, so that's a good start. They're both fast. Perry is obviously way bigger than Bryce is. Bryce is pretty slight. He's going to be putting some weight on, and Perry is put together. He looks like he's already been in college. So for those guys, it's just learning the college game.
Now, Thorne will have a chance to build more chemistry with his new receivers with fall camps starting soon, and Coach Freeze said it's possible some of them could hit the field this season. Thanks for staying with us this morning. Alabama educators are reacting to the news of the changes coming to the ACT test format. For starters, the test will be shorter. The new basic test format will take 2 hours to complete rather than the original 3 hours. Traditionally, the test would consist of English, reading, math, and science. But starting next year, the science section will be optional. This big change comes after ACT wants to give students more flexibility and time when it comes to taking this test. One educator believes students should do their research on prospective colleges before deciding on if to take the science section.
If a student is going into a science area, or especially applying for a science type scholarship, I think it's very helpful for them to take it, or at a highly competitive school.
The changes start next spring for online testing, and it will be in effect for on-site testing in 2026. Well, still ahead, the Republican National Convention has come to an end, and now there are more calls coming out this morning for President Biden to drop out of the race.
Also,